My name's Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today I'm going to tell you a really funny story about why the late legendary Little Richard was mad at Jimi Hendrix when Hendrix was his guitarist. If you didn't know that, Hendrix was a sideman for many incredible musicians in the 60s especially. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. Well, let's start. And he was the guitarist for Little Richard. Can you imagine that? Jimi Hendrix, the guitarist for Little Richard, but that really happened. For example, he joined Richard's band. He was still called Morris James. He was not Jimi Hendrix yet. He joined Richard's band in 1965 and recorded one song with him called I Don't Know What You Got, But It's Got Me. And they were constantly arguing about over wardrobe and stage behavior. Can you imagine Little Richard telling the future Jimi Hendrix how he should act on stage with the guitar? It's just incredible. And that was what eventually made Little Richard fire him. And this story was recalled in an interview with Music Radar by Graham Nash from Crosby, Stills and Nash and the Hollies, who had the chance to see Little Richard playing with Jimi Hendrix, and they fighting after the show. They arguing, and this is what Graham Nash said. This is the story. He said, "I first met Jimmy in '65. He was in Little Richard's band at the time. This was at the Paramount Theater in New York City, the Soupy Sales Easter show. I'll give you a story from my book, a book that Graham Nash released a couple of years ago. When we came to America for the very first time, we went to the Paramount Theater where the gig was, and we thought we were going to do our set, 45 minutes of dynamite. Which two songs you were doing? We were asked. Which two songs are you doing? You were asked. We were asked. We were like, what? 2 songs? But there were 12 other acts on the bill, 5 shows a day, 2 songs. So that was a shock. Little Richard closed the show and we watched him from the side of the stage. One night, I heard this argument before they went on. Don't you ever fucking do that again. I'm Little Richard, the king of rock and roll, you fucking guy. Stop playing your fucking guitar behind your fucking head." And he was yelling at Jimmy. It was this argument that they got in the elevator to go up. The volume decreased as they went, but you could still hear them arguing. I can hear it now, so that was Jimmy. It was obviously he was a talented guy. So it's just fantastic. Jimi Hendrix would be later on the Jimi Hendrix we all know. And in 1973, 3 years after Hendrix tragically passed away at the age of 27, Little Richard talked about him in a documentary that transcribed. And this is what Little Richard had to say about this kind of relationship he had with Jimi Hendrix when Hendrix was his guitarist. This is what Little Richard said. "He was a star. When I got him, he was a star. Jimi Hendrix couldn't play that rock and roll I used to be singing, rocking away, woo, woo, woo. And he had that thing just rumping. At times he made my big toe shoot up in my butt. He did it so good. Jimi Hendrix's perseverance to go on. He didn't mind looking freaky like I don't mind it, because I was doing before he was, and I knew when he saw me, gave him confidence and great recompense of reward. I had something to tell him and I never did, so now I have to talk about it and let him know that I knew he was gonna make it." What kind words, that Little Richard later on had the chance to, not to say to him, but to publicly speak about that and to let everybody know that he thought Hendrix was amazing, and he was really happy that he had the chance to, at least for a short period, cause the impact that he caused, and be one of the most important musicians of all time. If you want to read more, go to description, visit the article I wrote about it. If you want to see more things about Jimi Hendrix, especially other videos, you can go to the description too. Below the description, you can see other videos we did about him. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comment. Thank you for watching, and I see you later.